Yeah, it's changed a lot. Just excited to be here. Lifelong dream of mine, just being able to fulfill that. Get started, get to work with a new team. So just blessed to be able to have this opportunity.
Who have you met so far since you've been here?
I mean, I've kind of just been doing a whole bunch of paperwork stuff. I haven't really met anybody yet, but I've talked to some people over the phone. Like Hufanga hit me up when I got the call, got the draft pick. He DM'd me on Instagram. Even George Kittle DM'd me and stuff. So that was pretty cool. So guys have reached out. Coaches are very welcoming as well. So excited to meet the new guys out there.
I think when we first talked to you on that Zoom call, you mentioned Hufanga as somebody who, an eraser that you tried to model some of your game after. So how cool was it to hear from somebody that you had watched from afar?
Yeah, it was just awesome. And now just being able to be the opportunity to be his teammate is going to be awesome. Just being able to be a sponge and, learn from him in the way he just comes down, his tenacity, his mentality, the way he approaches the game is something that, I really took a lot of his book and try to implement in my own game. So it'd be nice to kind of get like a firsthand experience, learning from him and just being able to be accustomed to the new defense and the new players on the team.
It's going to be a while before you really get to hit somebody, but I assume being done with the 40s and the broad jumps and the verticals and all the stuff that you train for the, to get prepared for the draft, you feel good to be behind you and get closer to playing football again?
Oh yeah, that's why we're all here. Just trying to get back to the basics, get back to why we play this game, things like that. So, it's going to start for me tomorrow, but at the same time, just be able to learn that playbook as fast as I can so I can, get back to playing football at just a fast pace, mentality where I'm able to be comfortable and be able to, make plays out there for the team.
Have they gone through kind of like what the structure of the practices will be, the tempo or anything like that?
Not really. They kind of just gave us the meeting format. Practice isn't going to be that long, but, I'm just kind of focused on just making every opportunity I have out there worth it. So
I had read, I don't know if it's accurate, but you were a 0-star recruit. What were people missing when you were late in your high school career, or were you just not developed at that point?
I mean, sometimes coaches just miss, and maybe it's just an exposure thing as well. I tried to transfer that last year of my high school year to kind of get more. I got a lot of FCS offers, blessed to have those, but maybe it just wasn't the right time for me. And I took a great opportunity to go to the University of Richmond, and then I was able to be blessed to transfer to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons and have a really promising career there, 3-year career there. So, sometimes, maybe it's just not your time, not your moment. You just got to, stay the course and just be patient. Everything will work itself out.
To kind of reflect on that journey and then now be here as a Niner, how does that kind of feel when you think back of what you may have been thinking then to what you're thinking now?
Yeah, it was all about, proving myself right and, not worrying about proving other people wrong. You gotta, understand who you are as a person, your identity, your purpose, your journey. You get caught up in the noise, the social media era that we're in, get caught up in what other people are doing. You kind of get lost in your own path. And I think the main thing for me was just to stay on course for me, worry about myself, hone in on my craft, and how am I going to be the best Malik Mustapha I can be.
Did you ever watch some film of John Lynch or start studying anything like that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to dig deep for that film, but I definitely heard good things about. I'm hip with the John Lynch, the Ronnie Lott's of the world, things like that. So when I was connecting with him at the combine, it was like something that we hit it off simply because safety to safety, we have that kind of relationship. So definitely gotta maybe pull up some VHS tapes or something or whatever, dust that off. But yeah, just awesome to just be part of an organization, general manager that just has been a part of the game. It actually understands his players, understands the game, and so on that can relate to us.
Can you
Tell
remind
us
me?
a little bit more about that meeting with John Lynch?
Yeah, so we just getting to know each other, getting able to talk ball, but it was just he was kind of lighting up when I was just breaking down the Wake Forest play calls that they had pulled up, play by play, things like that. So as a safety, you kind of be able to have to know moving pieces, who's doing what in the defense, and he was just something that he saw that I know what I'm talking about, so it was just awesome to not just be able to play football at a high level, but understand the game as well.
Can you remind me the name of the role at Wake Forest on the third downs, that kind of rover role that you played?
Yeah, it was called the Panther.
The Panther, okay.
Yeah.
How many different responsibilities do you think that entailed, and how many years or how long did it take to learn all the different kind of positions with the playbook to be able to play them effectively?
Yeah, so the new defensive staff at Wake Forest came that 2022 season, and I had my ACL surgery January 2022. So that Panther package really didn't get installed until I came back for fall camp, like in August around that time, and that's when they started installing different stuff for that. So because I was came back ready to go for camp, and that's when coaches like started comfortable developing new packages for me. And with that Panther package, there was a lot of hats that I had to wear. In the beginning, it was more so like maybe some fire zone calls we can get, like me able to pressure the quarterback and be able to use my athleticism to kind of disrupt them. We saw me spying the quarterback as well. But there was times where you saw me that I'm in the defensive line front, or I'm in the line with the linebackers, or people were so worried about me close to the line of scrimmage where there was some games where I just dropped deep and played a middle third player. So just coach being able to trust in me, being able to pick that up, and being able to cook up different techniques and defensive week by week based off the teams was something that he trusted me with, and it was just something that it was just a tell of what we're feeling that week. So definitely a lot of versatility within that package.
You are
Do a
not-
couple more.
You're not obviously the biggest safety, but you are known for your aggression and flying around and going downhill and everything. Does that require? Well, obviously it does. Tell me about what kind of courage that requires, and did you have that from an early age?
I mean, yeah, like earlier, me being a 0-star recruit, a lot of that is just adding to the chips on my shoulder, things like that, being undersized, being overlooked, things like that. And me developing that just, kind of just formed a mentality within myself, not worrying about how big I am. We all got pads on, we all got helmets on, and I'm just worried about bringing the ball carrier down and getting away takeaways. So it was just a matter of me just being able to, when I see the ball, I'm just going to go attack it and disrupt it any way I can. So it's not about, how tall I am, how big I am, but me just, having the heart and the desire. And I think the fuel that I have for this game and the love I have for it is what drives me to be that way.
You're known, despite, even though you have that aggression, as not being out of control as far as a tackler, being very solid. Is there a particular coach that you, I guess, credit some of that for?
Yeah, definitely my coaches at Wake, the new staff that came in 2022, James Adams, my safety coach, and the defensive coordinator, Brad Lambert. They just honed in on the details. I think that was the main thing. Everybody's athletic at the next level. Everybody's, talented, but it's all about, how different are you from the next person in terms of your craft, your work ethic, your technique, and being a technician. And that's what helped me get to the NFL and be able to, hopefully perform at a high level. So it's just all about honing on the details, the drills that we did, the repetition, even the way we went about walkthrough. It was, same thing, repetition over and over again until it was a part of our nature, our culture, and our defense. So it's something that definitely just helped elevate me as a player.
I don't think every DB likes to get as close to the line of scrimmage as you do, obviously, because there's a lot more contact there. How far can you trace that back into your career? Have you always been a guy that loves kind of being in the middle of the fray?
Yeah, I mean, it was something because I didn't convert to defense until high school, and I was really a corner before I was a safety. So I think a mix of that was just, the off seasons when I was just trying to get bigger, being on the smaller sides, and then being able to understand my body once I started getting bigger, and being able to keep up with the best of them. Now I'm able to just be able to utilize my strength, my speed, my ability, and be able to enforce that onto the offense. So it was definitely something I had to learn how to do. But once I kind of made that into my game, it helped me kind of become that player.
Did you and
Last
Talanoa
one,
have any ACL recovery discussion?
Sorry, what was that?
Did you and Talanoa have any ACL recovery discussion?
I actually meant to talk to him. That was just a crazy day when I got drafted, so I didn't get to it. But yeah, definitely something that I kind of want to talk to him about because, I'm pretty sure with him, I don't think that's going to slow him down at all. And even with me, it was something that, I accepted. This recovery is going to suck. This recovery, can make or break you, and the strongest will prevail. So it was something that I was blessed to come back in a short period of time and be able to play a full season. And it's just all about your purpose and your why and your mentality, how you approach things, and that's just life in general. So it was just a hump in the road that helped me build my character and my play.
How many games before you felt like you were 100%, like back to normal, not thinking about it as much?
I think I got chop blocked like on the third game, and I got up and I was like, I didn't feel anything, so that's when I knew I was like, okay, I'm good. So yeah,
That one hit.
yeah, that's all it takes, man. So it's cool.
All right.
Hey, thanks for your time.
I appreciate.